Hello once again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back for your daily dose of Technic Minecraft entertainment. And unfortunately, what we have here is a bit of a problem because, well, we've had some audio issues once again in this episode, and the commentary has not recorded. So, talk about being very annoyed and having consumed a lot of time. But as you can see, what I'm doing right here is I had seen a recipe a while back on one of the websites about making a solar array, and I thought it involved using 8 solar panels, and I never got it right. So what I'm trying to do right now is, well, I'm trying to find the low voltage box that I just dropped into the water, but my original goal and intention was to make a solar array using 8 solar panels and the low voltage transformer. Luckily, somewhere in the water, I was able to find that transformer and get back. But basically, the whole point of the solar array, or the low voltage solar array, is to save you some space, because do you really need to have 8 solar panels up there just kind of like chilling and taking up space? You really don't need them. So that was the whole plan, and I thought I seen it, but I lost the recipe, and then I just thought maybe I was seeing things. But a poster had actually reminded me that yeah, it does exist, and you do have the materials for it. So this is first and foremost what you're trying to see here. The whole basis of this episode would be to work on the house on the other side by the nuclear plant, excuse me. But first things first, you'll see me go back and do a little work on the solar panels. The thing is with these solar panels, when you use the electric wrench, they tend to drain a ton of energy out of your wrench. As you're noticing, I take one panel down, I have to go back, recharge the wrench, take another panel down, and recharge the wrench. So it just becomes real tedious. And we'll do a fast forward here just a little bit. Okay, so now that we fast forward the whole project, we have our solar panels. What we're going to do is actually make a solar array. Now, I thought it required a bat box at first. That's why you just see me pull it out. So I put the bat box in the middle and surround it by the solar panels. Guess what? Doesn't work that way. So I had a bit of a brain fart there. I had to go back and then figured out, oh, wait a minute, it was the low voltage transformer. So you're about to see me grab it right here, put it in there, and then there's our low voltage solar array, which makes things a lot easier. So with one click, our 8 panels are gone, and we have one. And the cool part is that one panel does the same amount of work as as 8 similar panels. So talk about saving space. Okay, time to put some of the resources back. Don't like the bat box. Don't have a required need for the bat box. Don't know if I ever will. I mean, it's definitely a possibility, but don't really bank on it. Now, of course, on this part, it's always a bit tricky trying to find the right way to get up there. You can't right-click on the solar panels because it's not going to work. So I'll throw some scaffolding down to try to use that as a way to stand up. And yeah, it don't work on wires, by the way. You has to be on solid ground, just like that. So with that, I'm going to climb up. I'll plant the solar array next to a regular solar panel. And you may be able to see the difference. Once it gets placed, there we go. At first, you don't really see it. You're like, well, it looks pretty much the same. But the thing about a solar array is that once you look on the bottom, it has the look of the transformer. So it's not something you catch right away, but it's something you will after a while. It has a slight different visual appearance. So we have that up and running now. As you can see, the bat box, well, the MFE is recharging like it normally would. Now, of course, we do need another low voltage transformer because we've used that one in the actual recipe. So that'll have to go back and be recreated to put and give our other appliances more energy. So there you see a few more shots of what the actual solar array looks like on the bottom part. You can see where it looks like the low voltage transformer. And other than that, it looks very similar. There's not much difference. Now, of course, you can make other arrays, but that would require things like medium voltage transformer, and you would have to make a bunch of low voltage low voltage solar arrays to make one medium voltage solar array. So as you can see, you can get quite expensive doing that. Alright, so now that that's completed, the next game plan is going to be, well, as first you can see there's our transformers put back. Our machines are getting power. It's time to go ahead and get some gear out of the repair box that I stuffed in. Mainly the shovel, my armor, my weapons, pretty much my gear. So I'm going to go ahead and grab those and get ready to head back on the other side. I'm also going to go ahead and make some CF pellets here as well. But first we're going to have to go ahead and get armored up. Don't want to head out without any armor because, well, that would be pretty bad to say the least. Okay, as we can see, there's our low voltage solar array. Recharging our MFE right there. It's already fairly well charged. Now, we actually had an extra solar panel I had sitting around in the inventory, so I went ahead and just plucked that out. I'm going to put that right back up here with the other ones. It's all a matter of placement. Well, the placement wasn't the greatest, but it's still better than nothing, so it still counts. We'll just leave it up there. And you still see a pretty... It's about what it was before, so it doesn't really make a difference. It just makes more space. Still, it is pretty cool. So anyway, let's go ahead and grab some uranium because I want to go ahead and make sure we have enough uranium on the other side as well. So we'll go ahead and put that down, refine the uranium into bars. We'll go ahead and grab some cells. We'll use them with the cells to make uranium cells, shockingly enough. Alright, so this will take a little bit of time. It takes about a minute or so to get one bar out. Maybe not so much, but still, it takes a good amount of time. So we'll put one empty cell in there with the actual uranium bar, and there's our uranium cell. We'll just need 2 more, so in the meantime, we'll check out Thaumcraft. As you can see, we already have one recipe sitting in here, and let's take a look at it. Oh, look, there we go. It is the Thaumic duplicator. So it doesn't look too difficult, and the piston isn't that hard to make. You don't have to have any type of scroll to do it. I believe you can make it right now. Well, anyone can make it. It basically requires going to the wiki and finding what the recipe is. So anyway, now that we got a pretty good idea how that's made, maybe it's something I might do later on. But right now I need to continue to try to find a way to stop the taint. Don't think that's going to help me in my search too much. Alright, so anyway, let's straighten this chest up a little bit. Get some organization. What do we have in the storage bin? We got a couple of theories in here that are extras. We got, actually, a lot of it's coming out extras anymore. So we'll just get rid of a couple of extras. But then again, either you could throw them away, or you could put them actually in the crucible and get some V off of it. So that's something I actually kind of figured out and go back and do later on. So anyway, I'm going to need some... Where's our uranium bars we got? We'll go ahead and use them with the remaining cells. Now we have our 3 total combined uranium cells. They do not stack, so that is unfortunate to say the least. Alright, so where are them clay blocks I had? Okay, here's a clay block. Now I'm going to have to make duplicates so I can make more clay. Going to have to make more construction foam so we can finish that house over on the other side. Let's go see how the Kleinstar's doing in its charging chamber. This is the Kleinstar Dre, or Dree, whatever you want to call it. Depends on your German. So we'll pull that out and make a duplicate, or transmutate some EMC into it. A stack of clay. And since we'll get a full stack, we'll have to go back and grind it all down. Okay, there's our full stack. So we can pull the rest of the stuff out of the transmutation tablet. Klein Star can go back for a little extra charge right about now. So we'll try to give that a little boost for next time we may need it. Okay, just trying to search for if there's anything I can go ahead and put in here to burn off any excess EMC into the Klein Star, but we'll just go ahead and close it off and let it collect energy on its own. We've got enough materials over there that should get a pretty good charge going. So we'll head back, take a look at the chest. I'm actually going to need some more redstone, because that redstone right there ain't going to cut it. Not much left. Recipe's going to require a little bit more. Well, at least how many I plan to make requires a little bit more redstone, I should say. So other than that, everything for the most part looks pretty good. Oh, and I believe coal was the other one I actually may have to duplicate as well. Can't remember on coal. So anyway, we have our clay in a macerator just macerating away. Let's head over to the other side and see how the actual... Whoa, what was that? Stupid ghost. Didn't even see that one coming. Anyway, let's head back up. We're going to go to the other side and see how the reactor's doing. See how the uranium cells that are currently being used, how much is left over there. I would think they're at least half used. I think they were half used on the last episode. So that more use, we'll see how it looks. If we need some, at least we have some in the backpack, so it's always good to have extras on hand. And while we're over here, of course, we'll survey how the house is going and what else needs to be done, as well as how much energy may be left in the actual MFS should we want to do some more terraforming. Though I think using the shovel and my tools might be a little bit faster than the terraformer. Okay, so here we go. Here's the shack up ahead. Here's our nuclear facility. Everything looks pretty good. So far the recipe's held up pretty good. It was a recipe somebody had given me over the internet. I was a little bit worried. I was told to keep an eye on it to make sure everything worked out. And so far everything's working out. So what can I say? Everything worked according to plan. Okay, so what's holding in here? Okay, so we got a little bit of mount, not what it once was before, so it's going to take some time. I'm not even going to bother even using it. As for our house, shed, whatever it is, well, it's going to take a lot of work. I think I'm just going to use my tools and get rid of the sand to begin with, because it's going to take a while to go ahead and get rid of all this. At least by terraformer anyway. We'll probably get done a lot faster if I just use the shovel. The shovel does make things a lot quicker. It does wear out because of it. It removes roughly 9 blocks a swing, so... And it takes all 9 blocks into account. So, like a typical shovel, it's gonna last as... It'll last as long as how many blocks it's being used against. So, what can you say? So we got sand and dirt. Other than that, we can always take out the other ones with the pickaxe. We got sandstone and typical stone. So at least we still have the scaffolding over there, so if we have to get out, we can always climb the scaffolding. But might as well break up all the rest of these stone and sandstone so that we can clear the floor. And at some point the floor will get replaced too. We just want to have a nice construction foam floor. And of course we got a few blocks mixed in, so it had to go figure. Very annoying when they get mixed in like that. I just can't make it all one layer. For the most part though, it looks like the wall has dried out pretty well. There's still some bits and pieces on the ceiling that are wet, but at least everything else looks pretty good. We'll have to finish building the ceiling, but other than that, it's coming along fairly well. Okay, so we'll remove a few more blocks, and now we have a clean floor area, basically. Alright, so might as well grab this iron. No point leaving it here, because you never know when you might find some more. So we'll just go ahead and grab this. Alright, there we go. Now we're going to have to get out of here. There we go. Now we're going to use the alchemist stone, and we'll turn this from cobblestone into smooth stone. Oh, my keybind seems to be acting up, so that's going to have to be looked at a little bit later on. Okay, simple right click. There we go. Now our cobblestone and smooth stone. We'll rinse and repeat the process right here. Turn this smooth stone. Very well done. Alright, so let's get out of here using the scaffolding. We'll survey from the outside. Still another block or two that's still wet. So all in due time. We'll see how long it takes for it to dry. Still not much going into MFS. Still going to take some time. That was a lot of energy that was drained out the last time. So let's see how the reactor's doing once again. Okay, so it looks like the cells have about 1/4 left in them. 3/4 were used up, so they're still hanging in there for the most part. It's pretty good. No point in putting new cells in there just yet. May as well get our money's worth out of those. Alright, so let's get out of here. There we go. So it'll be a while before we go ahead and get Terraformer up and running, just because there's no point in wasting energy on just a little bit of work. We'll let it build up to about maybe 10 million EU, and then we'll fire it up. So there'll be plenty of time. So now, once with this construction foam gets done, we can go ahead and finish this roof area. Would be very nice to have it all completed. So let's go back and see how things are shaping up at the treehouse, and if any of our ingredients are done and ready for work. Alright, so we have a good stack of clay here, clay powder that is, and we're also going to have a nice stack of coal dust. So here's our fuel cells to go with it, or water cells actually, and we're going to make roughly 66 construction foam. There'll be a stack of 64 plus 2 left over. So the thing now is, well, we'll take our leftovers out and put it back in the backpack. We'll head over to the compressor, but first we'll put our stuff away. No point carrying around if we really don't need it. And once that's going to be put away, then we'll head over to the compressor. Maybe. Alright, well, I keep hearing a ghost around here. Where is this ghost coming from? This thing's got to crop up somewhere. It's getting really annoying. I know you probably hear it as well. Alright, well, was this thing hiding up here or what? Let's take a look around and see what's going on. This thing's bound to come up sooner or later. Either that or it's going to come up and knock me off the edge when I least expect it. So, okay, don't see anything right around here right now. Okay. Alright, so let's head back. Maybe something will pop up then. Just seems really weird. Okay. So, nothing. Where is the ghost at? Oh well, might as well put the construction foam in the compressor. Get that done and out of the way right now. So this will take a little bit of time, and we'll just do a little time jump here and go from there once everything's squared away. Might as well take a nap while we're at it. Alright, so here we are in the morning. Still hasn't really compressed a lot of construction foam, but we'll take what we can get and we'll go on from there. So we'll go ahead and try to load up the gun. We'll throw 8 pieces of CF pellets down, put our gun in the middle, load up the gun. There we go. Up, get back in the backpack. Okay, there we go. Alright, time to make our way over to the actual site. Oh, wait a minute. Just want to take these cells just in case. Didn't want to forget them, and just think, you never know. Oh, wow, that was close. Almost went right into the glass. It probably wouldn't have broke, it probably just would have injured me instead. So anyway, we'll take the cells over should the reactor need them. If the other cells are dead, we'll check on that while we're over here as well. May as well do that before we actually start construction. And we'll try to finish this building up in this video. We'll do a ceiling, and then we'll go ahead and do a floor. And we'll put that thing called a door in there somewhere as well. So, in time, we'll get it all figured out. And once the MFS is filled, we'll go ahead and use that with a terraformer. We'll try to go ahead and terraform the actual area. Okay, so we're coming up on the shore, and as you can see, we still have a house over there. So anytime you're dealing with nuclear power and you still have a house, then something's going right somewhere, right? Okay, so let's see what they have going on in here. See if there's still some power left in the actual uranium cells. Oh, stupid door, let me in. Okay, swim to the reactor, and well, it's not that bad. It's pretty much the same as before. Good stuff. So you probably got about another 2 hours or another hour and a half worth of energy in those. So we ain't got to worry about it for now. Let's get the gun out and try to do a little bit of spraying here. Try to do a little fill in the hole. Well, that filled it in a bad way. Took a bad angle on that one, so let's try again, shall we? Well, let's take out this platform right here. We don't want this scaffold to get stuck. Alright, so... okay, that was not what I wanted to do, but it did fill a couple holes. Alright. Can we get a better result this time? Okay, my CF gun skills are a little rusty. Still filling some spots. Let's go down here and do some trimming. Oh yeah, there needs to be some trimming of the foam, because that's out of hand. That's ridiculous. It's also very wasteful. Let's try to shoot it from below and see what happens. More of the same, but you know what? Let's just go with it. Why not? Let's try to fill the whole area in so we can call it a day. We'll just keep going, and then we'll go ahead and do some trimming because, well, no point in sitting here making a big mess. Try to at least keep it somewhat neat as we do this. Also try not to knock any of the ceiling out that we're putting in. That's the only problem with using a pickaxe. You have to be very careful. Okay, so for the most part we got it leveled. We still got some pieces up here to fix though. And this stuff is pretty quick drying. There's a couple pieces that are dried. There's another piece that's dried. Sheesh. Okay, so we've broken all of them up. How's the other side? Even more is dried. So this is some pretty good stuff, and it's also drying pretty quickly on top. Break these few pieces. Alright, there we go. So now it's nice and smooth. Alright, now there we go. Nothing too crazy or gotten out of hand right there. What about this? Oh, very nice. Very nice indeed. Okay, now it's taken shape the way it should. Okay, so looks like we're crap out of CF pellets. And the foam's hardening pretty quick. It's not even letting me move. It's kind of blocking me in that little hole. Up until I fall through. It's even drying pretty fast on the bottom here underneath all the ceiling. So we'll finish trimming this and then we'll go from there. Because we're almost done the ceiling. At some point we'll have to designate a door as well. Finish breaking these blocks. They're such a pain when they get hard. Okay, so we're wrapping up. We've refilled the gun. Ah, crap. Oh well, might as well finish it up because it's almost done anyway. Still got a couple of holes. We're getting there. Alright, break these couple up. Alright, now how to fill those blocks in. Okay, first we'll start with these. Well, actually we'll just go ahead and smooth out the bottom part first. We don't want to have the base, well, the actual area being all blocked off by CF. So we'll continue to break these up. And probably have to move the scaffolding because it's not going to do anything here. Get rid of the stalactite or stalagmite or stalag whatever that is. Okay, so now that it's broken up, we go ahead. Well, we're going to move the scaffolding first because we're going to need a way out of here. We'll put the scaffolding right over here. Well, we know what, we're going to make a door. This will be our door. Why not? It was going to be needed necessary sooner or later. It was going to be necessary, so here. Then we'll put some torches down at some point too, but like I said, we'll use our scaffold finally, and we'll go ahead and try to finish the rest of these holes. As you can see, the sun's almost down, so we're kind of running out of time, but at the same time, we're looking pretty good. Alright, time to jump. One more jump. There we go. Fill that hole in. I think that may be it for the ceiling. So let's go down, make sure everything's smooth. Get the axe out this time. Okay, you're going to have to break all this up as well. So, break all this out, get rid of it. This should harden up pretty much soon enough. And then we'll just have to slap a door on here, and this will be pretty secure, so that's pretty awesome. It will be explosion proof, which means creepers won't do crap to it. It also means ogres won't be able to do crap to it. So construction foam is definitely the way to go. If you don't like marble, then construction foam is your tool. And this can also be painted as well. So you can paint it whatever color dyes you have. You can paint it, I don't know, green. You can get cactus greens and paint it green, or you can get roses and paint it red or whatever. So you get the general idea. At least you can go ahead and do some crafting with colors and such. Alright, so let's get some torches out and try to brighten this place up just a little bit. We'll put a couple around the entrance. And then we'll put a couple around on the inside. We'll try to keep everything pretty much to a pattern around here. But first we'll have to make sure this room is well lit, because we don't want any monsters spawning here. It's just about making life miserable. We don't need any of that now, do we? Oh, torches in the wrong spot. Okay, try to keep this somewhat even looking anyway. Okay, so the block count looks good. We're going to move this one over to make it even. That looks pretty good. And for the most part, it looks pretty good. We'll throw one more torch up top. There we go, because why not? Okay, so that's going to be the inside for right now, whatever this is going to be. So we have light, we have walls, we have a ceiling that's starting to dry. Let's work on the ceiling. Excuse me, let's work on the floor. So we'll get the shovel out, and due to the shovel's dig radius, we'll just go ahead and start working it this way. And once we get one whole clean level of floor out, we'll go ahead and put CF foam in that as well. So we'll be completely surrounded by construction foam and a nice safe cushion. Now we'll have to break up these blocks with a pickaxe. For the most part, this is pretty much sandstone and regular stone. Maybe a couple blocks of sand and maybe a couple blocks of dirt, but other than that, we're going to go ahead and get down underneath all the walls as well, make sure it's all covered. Leave no stone unturned, as they say. So it's a little bit of off and on switching between shovel and pickaxe. So we'll continue to break all this up, and we will jump ahead shortly to see what the finished product will look like. Or at least what it looks like when we start throwing some foam down. These stupid blocks. Okay, so the floor is dug up. As you can see, we have the whole perimeter underneath the walls done. Now we're going to go ahead and start spraying. Okay, so this is a little bit sloppy. Not exactly what I had hoped. Let's try to get a better angle this time. Okay, well that turned out a little bit better. That turned out a lot better beside the hole over there. So let's break that foam down. Try one more time. That looks pretty good. Whoa, got a little suffocation there from when the foam got in my face. Alright, go ahead and fill in the hole here. Oops. This thing can be very finicky. You have to be very careful how you actually use the gun. If you don't use it properly, it will kind of blow back on you. Okay, so let's work this area a little bit. There we go. Put some foam down there. We'll put another blotch here. Gotta make sure we also get inside the crevice as well. That was the whole point of actually tearing down in there, to make sure we had foam in the crevice. So this looks like a good spot. That fills it up pretty good. Then we'll fill this area in. There we go. So for the most part, the perimeter of the room's been done. So, at least we can walk into it, so it's pretty cool. We won't get stuck. Well, we would get stuck, but at least we won't suffocate like that. Sheesh. Okay, so let's clean this out. Alright, so where's that gun at? Fill the holes in here. There we go. Fill the hole in there. There we go. Try to make it nice and even, because we're going to go ahead. Try to nail all this as best we can. Alright, so we're going to have to refill the gun. We'll do it the old... Maybe we could put all 8 pellets in one stack and do it. Or maybe not. So we're just going to have to keep clicking, doing it the old-fashioned way. This should be the last time we have to recharge the gun because, well, I don't think it's going to take all 8 pellets to go ahead and finish it. So once we get this thing charged, like so. Alright, let's put it back to use and fill up more of the ground. Okay. Don't know if that was an optimal place, but whatever. At least it looks filled. Now we'll just finish up some of the other small cracked areas, like this and this. So now that we have that done, we've got a little bit more in the middle. Just trying to be careful. Don't want to get stuck in the actual foam itself. But at least now the holes are easier to fill because they're not that bad. It's not like a big gaping hole like it was before. It was just a simple little tiny plug like that. Alright, so we'll plug up these last few holes. That's going to do it for the floor. Here we go. So now that that's all done, go ahead to the outside. As you can see, the ceiling's almost dry now. So the floor is in the process of drying. Everything is looking pretty good. So that's going to do it for this video. At least we've gotten pretty much the whole basis of the house down. So first and foremost, I would like to say thank you for watching. If you found this informative or entertaining, then please give it a thumbs up. Leave comments down below in the comment box. I would love to hear from you. And with that, I would like to say have yourself a wonderful day. And if not, then just simply fake it. I will see you again next time in a nuclear-powered world. As we sit here and watch some of the construction foam dry. Gotta love it. What in the world? Ooh. Get out of here, slap nuts. Jesus. Anybody else? Okay, not so much.